to 80% of your income, inkinga ikhona. Ungaqali-ke ukuthatha more debts to pay the other debts. Take the existing one step by step. But before I go there, let me tell you my story. There was a time, ngisebenza for government, where the month end, the payday for me in those days was actually a painful day. In such a way that the debit orders will take everything before the next morning, before I even wake up. There was a time I even wake up around 11:30 because there were no apps to reverse the money. You know these apps that are available now. Those days around 2003, 2004, they were not there. So what happened, and those days, guys, I remember that I used to stay in Lamontville. I was affording everything, buying a bus ticket and stuff. But after finding a good job, I decided to move to the apartments. That was my first mistake. Because I was staying with my brothers, but when I'm moving to a new apartment, I need a new furniture, I knew everything. So I have to take an account from boardmans, you know, for every other thing, another one for this, another one for that. And because when you move out of your home, then you have to buy your new stuff, everything. I bought all those things using what? Credit. You understand? And it catch up with me. Because I ended up having 8 credit cards. So I had to wake up around 11:30 to go to ATM. I remember the first time I went there by Devonport, because those ATM have securities. They open 24 hours those days. So when I went there, I won't forget that I was number 6 on the line, towards 12 midnight. And I felt safe because there were 2 SAPS members who were there. I think they were working night shift because they were in uniform. You understand? And I remember that day that when I was trying to withdraw, I only find that there is 400 rand left because Absa credit card took everything. And you know, when you are still shocked, I didn't withdraw that 400. I took few steps to the flat. I remember that I still need to withdraw because I need money for tax. When I go back, it's gone. Funeral cover, zithatile. Now it's month end. Imali yami isiphelile akafiki nomhla ka1. Umhla ka31 sengilinda umhla ka31 olandelayo. That was me. You understand? I'm saying this because amongst us maybe there might be someone who is actually going through the same experience. And I want to tell you that you'll be fine. It will take time, but you will be fine. I remember I calculated all my debts. I bring them all, I open all the letters. I took a calculator, I read them one by one. I made the total. 2004, the amount was close to 80,000. I felt like, so, I'm earning like 7,000. I'm staying in this apartment, I'm doing all these sort of things, I'm in debt. At home, they're expecting me to send money, to do something. Yo, it's too much pressure. I remember I didn't go home for Christmas and another 6 months more. And my elder sister said, send me 40 rand. Say, you know what? I'm sending you this money to come home. I didn't tell them my problems, but they understood that, you know, this guy is really in trouble. And Ubabage was in texting that, say, I'm not my look. Now, who's the time alarm? I can see, what you tell us? Straight. Mangfigile, Ngvashile, remember, I came for holidays. What January, I need to go back. I went to borrow money from my father. What you call Shwa? I told you when you were buying this contract phone, you would die, man. Fundu kubegi mali. Awatanga ngiga. Manje, I end up selling my clothes. Engangisithathe Truworths, ngidayisela la amamember omndeni ngithi isikipha ngisigqoke kayi-1. I'm telling you, my young brother bought my boxer short because it was new, it was untouched, that one. Wayithenga nge-20 rand. It was 30 rand traveling from Ladysmith back to Durban. And I needed to hike. Ngeke ngisasixoxa isitori sokuhike because ngahike kwimoto yabona imoto evalekile njengebheki. Sangena ngemuva imbobo zincane lapha. Sajuluka samanzi sonke la ngemuva. I'm telling you guys, it was hectic. You understand? You know, going to work with no lunch. Mongena lunch ke yazwenze njani? Khona laba abashiya izinkwa lapha emafrijini. Kuna netiye lasemsebenzini elihlanganiselwayo, anginamali yokuhlanganisa ngizoliphuza kodwa mase begodukile. I'm telling you, I've been there myself. Yabona khona ihlazo engilikhumbulayo. Fike kuseni anginasitsha anginalutho. Ngaluma inyama kakholiki. Yabona ngaluma idrumstick ngayilalisa ngayibhekisa phansi kuze angashesha abone. I'm telling you. Bayo reporta kumphathi. Umphathi wabuza umbuzo oyi-1. Ubani ofike ngena lunch box? Kathi umtshali. Thiwa nobisi livele lifike fast esinqeni. Uyaliphuza mhlambi. Kwabhalwa inothi ke manje efrijini. Ethi wemuntu ungalumi into zabantu ungaphuza into ngabantu phatha engabona ukuthi iyangigudla le nothi. Yabo abasebenzi bahulumeni. I'm telling you, it's embarrassing, but I've been there myself. So kwakhona i-envelope ehlala imali yetiye. Ngangibuye ngiboleke kuleyo envelope uma sengishoda. Kodwa ngangilibala ukubuyisela. Kwakuwukunana nje. There was a time I decided ukuthi let me start a side hustle. I'm doing a professional job here as an IT technician. But now, if I can try something on the side to complement my income, maybe it's going to be better. I started registering a business. I remember, Mr. Nchele, I find my first job to fix computers, MLAs. And then I fixed them. I think my check was 7,000. And when I tried to cash it, there were checks those days. They give me a check. When I tried to cash it at the FNP, they said your account was closed last month. Ow! So now I have to start all over again, open a new account before I can be able to cash this thing. And then, second month, my profit was 300 rand. 30 rand actually. I was happy. Following month was 300 rand. And then there was a time I was called for these technician things by a school around the Kopo. There was thunderstorm, they called, I went there, and they said the whole computer lab is dead because of thunderstorm yesterday. And then, as a technician, you will know that, you know what, the first thing you must check is the power. When I checked the TP board, I saw that the one for plugs is a little bit down, not down, like. And I said, Tisho Mkulu, this is a tough job. This one is a tough job. It will take me, but it's going to be done. I quoted them 1,000 for each computer, and that was 18,000. And then they left me in the computer lab. I pulled down the plug and then pull it up again. Every computer came up. In a minute. But now I have to stay the whole day busy, switching on and off the whole day. And then I was given that 18,000. From that day, I knew that, you know what? This is the solution I needed to pay my debts, to have another thing on the side. Because this one income is enough for debts, but I will be left with nothing. Then entrepreneurship was one thing that helped me escape debt's cage. And in some of you, it can be the same thing that you can also do and implement, if possible. Sell something. You get my point? If possible, sell something. You get it? Keep aside 10% of your income and stock something. Go to China Mall, look, do research, and think, what is it that I can buy, maybe even on Alibaba, online, bring it here, and sell it fast. To make an example, you see this lady, Shoma Josie. In December, she advertised, I think it was glowing hair for children. And my daughter wanted that glowing hair from Majosi. Ebusuku wangitshela ukuthi uMajosi uzobe eseMall of Africa live selling there. And then I had to call someone in Johannesburg to go there, stand in the line for my daughter. What akayifuna yena ufuna eglowayo. You think of those things zama China man bese uyiqalisa la iduze kwakho. Uyayibona? Yeah. Do something. How? Napa abantu bayafika lapha basuka kuphi labantu be-screen protector. EPakistan, cabanga, uzodayisa i-screen protector, uzodayisani? U-Abdullah. Uzabe nemali uzumqome. Imagine, sell something. Uyayizwa lento ngisho? Sell something. Wemajita maningashizile nihasile. Hayi ama-foreigner aya azoba nemali abathathe. Abazohamba. Sebehambile. No bese ngisho nje ukuthi sell something, do something. Emsebenzini wakho fika nama-muffin man. Uyakwazi ngithi ukuthenga iflower. Uyakwazi ngisho ukubheka. Phatha ama-muffin man. Thengise anything kodwa yenza something. Izolekelele ezikweletini ne? Izonceda. So, ngidluleke esitorini sami, angilekelele manje because we have program, we call it a debt-free challenge ne? Anyone can be part of that program who is in debt. If you want to be part of the program, let me know. It's free. But there is another problem. Abantu abaningi ebashayayo. Inkinga yokungena ku debt review ungazi ukuthi ungene kwini. I always receive calls. I'm a debt counselor registered through NCR. I receive calls, someone will say, Sponiso, you know what? I was trying to apply for a car, but in good debt review. You need debt review. I have to explain what you need debt review. Uday man, somebody said to me, they got my contact from Capitec or any bank anyway, and they said you are paying higher than necessary. We can bring down your installment. You need to sign this form. That person didn't even know that he is signing for debt review. And it is an individual who was actually affording to pay for himself, but was misled to any debt review. So now people think debt review is hell, is bad, is wrong, because wrong people are there. And they were deceived by these debt consultants, call center, who just give you a call and promise you to minimize your credit repayments. That is not the reason to be part of a debt review. Debt review is a good process for overly indebted people. You know, if you are in a verge of having your car repossessed, debt review can protect you and minimize your installment in such a way that you can end up affording to pay for your car. And the court will protect you. If your house is about to be foreclosed, debt review is one system that can prevent that. So, in short, debt review is good for people who are overly indebted, not people who afford to pay their credit commitments. If you count your credit commitments, they are high above your income, you may need to sit down with me as your debt counselor to determine if instead of debt review, you can do what we call debt mediation. That is purely negotiating with creditors. They can minimize it by 25%. You understand that? You need to exercise those options so that they can assist you. Are we cool on that one? Am I helping someone? All right. So, to prevent all those sort of things, it's important. We call it debt counseling because someone who is a debt counselor must sit with you every month to counsel you, to help you improve and teach you other ways of making and creating other possible multiple income or any additional streams of income. Are you understanding what I mean? Okay, that's all good and fine. So, people will then ask me, how do I get out of debt review? Because this is a legal process, you will also need to get out through the legal process. But before that, you need to contact NCR and report that I was misled. I was not even overly indebted. Then NCR in that part can assist you. You get my point? On that part, NCR can be able to assist you. That's number one. Number two, you can get through a lawyer who will have to take your application to court. The proof that you actually afford to pay for yourself. Okay? So when you take that the route, it means you'll have to pay some legal fees as well. So that is the route. If you see companies saying we can take you out of debt review, they will still charge you. There's no one who is offering free service. Because you also pay for debt counseling as well. All right? So to get out, affordability must be proven. And the creditors must also agree, and thereafter you will be fine. Okay. And then another part when we talk about debts. I was called by a lady, it was 2 days ago. She says to me, Sponiso, I'm paying for, I won't mention the bank because you will know it, it starts with C. She's saying, I went and applied for 5,000 loan. 5,000 because she wanted to cover an emergency. And then they approve her for 115,000. She said, I just need 5. But I was saying, it's your lucky day today. A blessed day. She said to me, they said, no, it's just an excess facility. You will keep it there. Just take your 5 you need and keep what? The other one. She consumed it all. Now, the problem, he's always paying every month, and she says to me, it's not even moving. Instead, it's going up as much as I am paying. And I ask her, is it a personal loan or a revolving loan? Because you need to know the difference between these types of loan. Okay? A personal loan has a term. You pay 24 months, you're done. It's done. The revolving loan is an open-ended loan, meaning that the money you have paid, you can access it. Let's say it's a revolving loan of 50,000. You've paid 20,000 already, but you are seeing it on the app is there as an excess facility. Now, it's December and you need to go home and you need to come with confidence. I mean financial confidence. Now, you access it again. What does that mean? It's in principle, it's like you've taken another loan. You get it? You wanted a personal loan, you were offered a revolving loan. A revolving loan works similar like a credit card, even though it differs. It's very high risk. If you are not disciplined, take a personal loan, be specific about it. If they approve you for 50,000, you are looking for 10, say approve me for 10, full stop. Hey, uyahleka uBrazil la uyambona ukuthi uzoda ngithatha u50. Thatha u50. Isibusiso. Yey, lalela. Mina ngababa, yabona ngikhumbula uAbsu unginika i-credit card. Ngezwe ukuthi impela okuhle nomusa. Isibusiso lesi. Engasibona isibusiso sesingiklinya. Dala isibusiso. Esinye installment lesi. Eyibona la. Ukubona isibusiso esihlo sibiza ngemoto iziyobekwa befundisa izandla. Hawu siklinya isibusiso sizedliwa isibusiso sakho. Yey. You know, uthi omunye usisi ngikhuluma naye kwi consultation. Uthi wesiboniso namanje. It pains me to see my car. I see it every day. Idlule estradini sami. Ngangikhona kwi-auction. I-auction. Bayithatha ngangiyela ukuzwa ukuthi ayikho ini shortfall. Yasala i-shortfall engisayikhokhela namanje. Ngithi mina lesibusiso Nkosi yami. Esibuye sidliwe. Akusenani isibusiso. Asidluleke lapho. Sisaqhubeka sikhuluma ngekweletu ukuthi uyiqaphele i-revolving loan futhi ngithi mina ungayithatha. Always have a personal loan that comes and goes. Because in revolving loan, the interest is also high. Just like the credit card. It's also high. In a normal loan, interest must be 29% if it's a long-term loan. For a short-term loan, it must be 5%, according to the National Credit Act. Musana kuya kulabo mashonisa laba benu enithi nixakekile vele aphinda athi 40% per month. Just imagine 40%. Umthetho we-NCR uthini 5%. And if you are a retainer, meaning that you are borrowing for the second time, it must be 3%. You understand? So that is why la Impidebt finance 3%, 5% only. Nayithola? Uthini manje umtshali naye unamaloni? It's not personal, it's business. Siyakufaka ngala ikweletini. Siyakhipha ngala. Sikufaka ngala. Sikhiphe ngala. Asilwe isibamsene. Ngiyezwakala? Masubishile senze njani? Siyakhipha. Mase sikhiphile usurand senze njani? Siyakufaka. Cha phela it's business. Ungazi ukuthi hayi umtshalo usikhathalele, nginikhathalele impela kodwa khona into engiyifunayo. Yini yona? Mali. Uzoyikhipha futhi. Ngifuna ukuthi sifunde. Sisekulendaba. If you don't manage a revolving loan facility, you end up with more debt than you can pay off. Yayibona? Wawesibona isikweletu esinganyakazi. Go back to the terms and the conditions. All right? So that is a very big problem that you need to attend. And another thing, ama installment are a little bit of a problem. Negotiate with your bank. Tell them I'm no longer affording to pay this much for this car. Can we review the installment? They will actually take like up to 25% off, but they will prolong the term. That is reasonable. Okay? Number two, if you are not really affording to pay your bond repayments, negotiate. They can give you like a break of up to 6 months while trying to consolidate things. But you need to negotiate. That's what we teach you guys. In 6 months, you can find a breather, financially speaking, and then recover and do other things. Are we together on that one? So if you need someone whom you can talk to privately about debt and credit issues, come to me. I'm licensed to do that. I'm a professional. Are we together on that one? So that we can see how we can help you. I'm happy that we have helped a lot of people to get out of what? Debts. They are debt free. Now, Papa Nimkaba. Ufakaza ngimkhombi kude. Are we together on that one? Perfect. So, now let me move to my following subject. I'm done now with debts, but again, I will encourage you, as it is the beginning of the year, that you invest in companies that are making money from you. You understand? If you know that I'm consuming this much, ngicela ukubona nje phakathi kwethu abayibeqima ukoma nje noma ngayini. Nje kuthiwa ukuthi nge-weekend uyayecima ukoma. Monthly or per week nje uyaye usebenzise malini brazo? Umuntu we-drink. Angeke ngibayeke eceleni kancane abayashukela. Ngifuna laba bespirit. Ngiyabuza nje roughly i-weekend ke uphuzo nayo. Ophuze egengeni uyancika. Okay, angenze example. Ngizobuyela la. Ngifuna ukubona ukuthi ngoba ngathi manje sikhuluma ngento eningayazi. Ngifuna ukucheka la ukuthi bakhona yini abayaziyo le company. Ngiyabonga Sibu.